Hey, comic book friends, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is
Monster Comic Reviews.
That's right, and we're coming to you from the Review Mobile. Anyway, this is the third week of August comic books we're going to talk about here. And we'll just get right into it.
Okay, first up we have Batwoman, issue 12.
Oh yeah, J.H. Williams back on the artwork. And so even if the story was stupid and dumb, it would be an awesome comic because he just draws so cool. But I'm still enjoying the story.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of amazed at how far they've kind of dragging out the whole same plot line. Of course, I don't know if dragging out is the word I want to use. But no, I really enjoyed this issue, of course, because J.H. Williams is back on it. I think he's in tune, obviously, with his own story because he's helping write it. The artwork, like I said, is amazing. It's amazing how you can have these big, huge, what looks like giant splash pages, but it tells this whole lengthy story. We get lots of bits and pieces of story here. You know, there at the beginning where he's chasing down Bloody Mary, trying to find the kids and trying to find, you know, this Medusa person. Mm-hmm. That's awesome where she shatters him.
That was great.
Yeah, really cool. The party here where they're searching for, well, they have Detective Sawyer is taking all this heat for the, basically the, you know, they haven't produced anything on this case. You know, she has no real suspects. They haven't caught anybody. You know, if these were rich kids or whatever, they'd be doing something more. That's, you know, I think a pretty interesting part of the story. And of course, we get this whole story that's going on with Wonder Woman, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever Wonder Woman is, it's really trippy. I mean,
wherever she's fighting the Medusa people and the big dragony lizard thing. Yeah. Really cool. Really cool. I like all the story threads and different tangents and whatnot. The fact that she's gonna leave to go off on this mission, but of course she can't tell. You know, Maggie Sawyer, that's what she's doing. So Maggie just feels like she's being abandoned, and basically kind of says, "Don't come back unless you're gonna start spilling the beans, like your private life you're not telling me about."
Exactly.
Pretty heavy stuff. What do you think of the book?
I liked it. I think it's gonna be awesome if Wonder Woman and Batwoman team up. That's gonna be really cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This cover, it works really well, even with the words like, you know, it's Medusa, Bloody Mary shooting snakes out of her mouth at Batwoman. Okay, there we go. Shooting snakes out of her mouth at Batwoman, right? And the entire thing is mirrored because, you know, Bloody Mary comes out of the mirror. Right. But like even the cover or even the title, like the Batwoman, you know, J.H. Williams III, W. Hayden Blackman. That's all mirrored too in the cover. Right. I thought that was pretty cool. Right. I really hope that, like, Batwoman doesn't just ask Wonder Woman for advice or help or whatever, but they team up instead. Right. So we get to see them run around and beat up stuff together. Right. So I think that'd be great. And I love the whole part with Sawyer's and Kate's relationship. Mm-hmm. That's great. Yeah. That's really a better part of the book. Makes a rich story all around it, not just being a superhero magazine. Exactly. And magazine. Superhero magazine. But yeah. So what would you give it? I give it a 5 out of 5. Yeah, me too. The art's so awesome. It has. It's a really good story. It has really good art, and you know, Wonder Woman and Batwoman are in it. I'm really curious to see this Medusa, seeing how they've implied that this Medusa is actually Medusa, as in, you know, snake hair turning into stone, kind of a dude. So that will be really cool. Really looking forward to the next issue. Of course, it'll be what? 2 months from now. Because we got a Zero issue coming out. Yep. At least it's not a huge cliffhanger. No, it's not, but still a disruption. Hey, what are we talking about next? Okay, next up we have Birds of Prey, issue 12. What'd you think of that? See, this cover, I like the idea of it, but I don't like the way it's drawn.
Yeah, it's by Art Germ, and all of his faces look the same, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it would be cool as, you know, Ivy's behind them with her little puppet string kind of vine things on the rest of the team. But, yeah, it just doesn't look that good. So I'm still really, really, really annoyed that they decided to make Ivy a bad guy.
And even more of a bad guy in this issue. She's even more...
Yeah.
Falls more along the lines of being despicable.
Yeah. Kill him. Yeah, great. That was not enjoyable. Watching them fight in the plane, that was pretty great. Just be with Starling, you know.
Oh yeah, she's slamming the plane all over the place.
Yeah, that was great. But I totally did not see what happening. I did not expect Katana to cut a hole through Ivy. That was
it
was kind of like, whoa, wait, what?
Right.
I mean, they just killed Ivy.
Yeah.
But I mean, to some degree, I know it's the New 52 and all, but still, she's always been a definitely more major villain.
Well, we'll see if she's truly dead.
Yeah. I hope she's not.
I really liked this comic book when it first came out. This storyline to me has been somewhat disappointing, you know, because I too liked Ivy as more of a, you know, on the good guy side. I don't know, this book to me just feels like it's slowly spiraling out of control, and maybe that's what they want, but I'm not enjoying it. I like them as a team. It was going to be a little hard work for them to be a team because they are such a diverse personalities in the team, but they were going to be a team, and it's just kind of, I don't know, this whole thing is
it's kind of annoying the way they do it.
I'm not enjoying it. I like the characters. I'm not enjoying the story because I'm not liking what it does to the characters. You know, we still have some threads that haven't been addressed really. The whole Black Canary and, you know, supposedly killing her husband or whatever. I hope this book starts going someplace else soon.
Yeah, me too.
Because, like I said, I'm not enjoying it right now. It feels like it's falling apart, like we're reading the end of something.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how they can pick the pieces up and operate as a team. Obviously, the team's gonna have to change again to some degree.
Yep.
I don't dislike Batgirl. I still don't see any reason for her to have ever been put on the team.
Me either.
I like the new character, Starling. I still like her, but we're seeing less and less of her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, really, as a whole, we're not getting a whole lot of character from anybody other than Ivy seems to have gone back to being more on the evil side.
Yeah, definitely.
Than being kind of walking in the middle, but wanting, you know, the environment to be healthier and happier from man destroying it and whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was kind of disappointed with this issue. I'm kind of disappointed with this plot line.
Yeah, me too.
What will we rate this book?
I'd give it a 2.
Yeah, strong 2, weak 3, somewhere in there.
2.
Okay, what are we talking about next?
Okay, hopefully something better. Blue Beetle issue 12. What'd you think?
I'm liking this book more and more. This was an enjoyable issue. We find out, you know, of course, the Blood Beetle or whatever, Black Beetle, Red Beetle, whatever they're calling him, gets stirred up, and they have to, you know, deal with them. The Scarab is finally, the Scarab and Jamie and Jaime are starting to mesh more as being a working team as opposed to being in opposition to each other. I've been waiting for that, so I'm enjoying that. You know, he learns about sacrifice for something, and I thought that was kind of cool. And so they fix Paco. You know, they fight off the Beetle and fix Paco, and they fix him in a way that he wouldn't have been able to have been fixed before. And Jamie's like, you know, geez, how come we didn't
do that in the first place?
How could we do that in the first place? And he goes, well, never occurred to me that we could, that would be an acceptable way to do something and whatnot. So I think we finally to a large degree, turned that page of them being this group together, and I like that. I'm enjoying the book, more and more.
Yeah, it was done really well, and it's nice that they don't have this chance of Paco suddenly going berserk crazy again and killing a ton of people. I love Mr. Bones in this issue. I love the fact that he's not really concerned that much about the public, not like, oh, capture this thing so the public doesn't get it, or save yourselves, we'll just try and handle this thing as we can. No, it's get that thing. I need to run more tests on it.
That's right. It's all about gaining more power to do more of whatever it is that he thinks he needs to do.
Yeah.
In the name of the government. Yeah.
That was nice. This cover, because I'm just going to talk about all the covers this week. This cover was actually not that misleading. I just realized that too as he spits this little jello.
Right. Yeah, that's something that crystallizes and locks you down. Yeah.
That was weird, and I don't think Paco and Brenda, I don't think they know that he's Blue Beetle.
At the end? I wasn't sure. I read that, I'm kind of like, okay, we know Grandma does. Grandma knows who he is. But yeah, so I'm curious to see if we'll have them move back. Well, they also do settle the fact that Brenda realizes that Blue Beetle isn't a bad guy.
Yeah, that was nice too.
Yeah.
And it also, to me, with other places, going off the fact that they probably don't know that he is Blue Beetle. In other cases, it would seem kind of cheesy to me. I mean, like, oh, Blue Beetle just happens to be there, right?
Right.
But with who Jamie's grandma is, then that to me does seem like a legitimate place that somebody like Blue Beetle would be.
Right. Right. Well, not to say that these people won't start putting two together. Okay, Jamie's in New York, Blue Beetle's in New York. Jamie goes back to El Paso, Texas, if that's where if they are going back there, which I'm assuming they are. He's gonna go home. Goes there, and then I'm gonna take a quick break here. I'm gonna pan around here and see. Here's somebody riding their horse down the street. That's the kind of world that we live in here. Anyway, I think that they might start figuring out the whole how come he's wherever Blue Beetle is thing. Well, that'll be interesting to.
I don't know. All Clark Kent all Clark Kent has to do is put on a pair of glasses, and then bam, he's Clark Kent, not Superman. So,
That's true. And somehow Ollie, when he had his big old curly beard, that unique beard, that somehow he
wasn't grouped.
Anyway, but I'm like I said, now it feels like a straightforward, teen superhero book, which is what we were kind of wanting all along.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to seeing where the book goes to in the future.
Me too.
What will we rate this book?
I'd give it a solid 4, I think.
I'd give it 3. Okay, what's next?
Okay, next up we have Captain Marvel issue 2.
I'm liking this book. To some degree, some of this felt the basics of the storyline feel somewhat used. She's flying a plane, she pushes it really hard, goes up the atmosphere, and somehow she ends up going to a time warp, and now she's in either an alternate reality or she's back in the future. Or back in the past, I mean. So that part, but I like the character. I like the way she's being written. I like her interactions with the other older pilot that's got cancer. That whole conversation. Her thinking it's important to prove the pilot that had just died, prove that the record that she broke really was a record that she broke. Kind of stuff, and her continuing to try and prove herself, even though she's a superhero, even though she's got these superpowers, still trying to prove that even without those powers, that she would be this
awesome,
strong woman that she is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, like I said, I'm enjoying that. I don't know what I think of the art. The art's strange. To me, I like the art, but it seems strange art for a this kind of a 4-color superhero type comic book. It just seems like something that would be in more of some other kind of murder mystery, dark noir-ish kind of thing, because it really has a darker feel to it. So that part, the art seems strange. Not that like I said, I dislike it. You know, this will be fun to kind of see where it goes and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with you. The storyline, that you know, plain time travel thing, that definitely has been done before many a time. And I agree with you on the art. It's not like I don't like the art. I like it just fine. It just doesn't seem quite as appropriate for this book.
Right.
To me. On the other hand, it does seem nice when, you know, she's in the jungle and like people are getting shut up around her. But it's also cool because, you know, her being the strong kind of female person that she is, it's cool that she has to deal with other of those people. It's cool that, you know, it's like getting rescued.
Right.
I'm glad that it happened like that. I'm glad that it was her being rescued by a group of strong females and going, hey, you're pretty cool out there yourself.
Right.
Compared to like her being rescued by like a bunch of guys and then having to prove to them that she's strong. I like that part.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Kelly Sue DeConnick she has an agenda. She has an agenda in writing this book, that she's going to make it a point of, or seems so far with issue 2, that she's going to make it a point of showing that women are superheroes too. Women are an important, strong people throughout history, and she's going to make it a point of telling us the story to make sure that we all know that. But she hasn't done it in such a heavy-handed way, to make it so far unenjoyable. Like she's really, she's not severely hitting us over the head with it.
Yes.
So I appreciate that, because I want to see more of that diversity in the comics one. That's one of the reasons why I picked it up. We'll see what we were going to get as far as that goes.
Seeing that in comics, I like that, right? I mean, and I'm glad that she's handing it to us and she's not trying to kill us with it.
Right.
Right. As for the cover, I like the idea. I mean, it's she's putting on her glove, but it's in a Rosie the Riveter position.
Right.
But her face looks...
She looks Asian almost.
Yeah, her head just
her cheekbones are too high. Her eyes are more slanted and sharp. Yeah, she almost has, like, Asian features or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Carol Danvers.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think of her costume? The new costume? What do you think of that helmet thing that pops up when she goes into combat?
I like it.
That's kind of a cool thing. So yeah. Anyway, it'll be curious to see where this whole time travel thing goes. I love the whole, the Avengers are right. There should be a book on how to deal with this, so you don't screw up if she's in the past, you don't screw up history by stepping on the wrong butterfly or whatever. But obviously there's something bizarre going on anyway, because don't remember the history books saying anything about these wild flying machines that she's going up against at the very end. But a fun comic. What will we rate this comic?
I'd give it a 3.
Yep, I give it a 3 also. It was enjoyable.
Yep. Okay, next up we have Catwoman, issue 12.
What'd you think?
I like this cover. It's really, really, really creepy.
Yeah. As
all of his little dissected body things are there.
Like, oh, look, it's a bunch of hotty-totty girls. Typical Gilliam March artwork. And then you start looking and you start seeing the little stitches.
Yeah, the stitches, the strings that are holding all their, like,
and hey, the glossy-eyed look. A lot of people complain about some of his art. They have these kind of weird glossy-eyed eyes. Of course, they work really great for this, all things considered.
Yeah. As for the comic itself, I liked it. Like, skipping around here, towards the end, Catwoman's fence. There, I gotta think of the right word. Catwoman's fence, putting a bullet through Sparks' chest.
Oh yeah, wow, that was pretty alarming, huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah, I want to talk about that for a second. It was cool. It was interesting. I mean, I was surprised, kind of like because I have nothing I was expecting. I don't know about you.
Nope.
But part of me wonders. Okay, we know that Judd Wittick is getting off the book. He's leaving the book, and somebody else is going to write it. Is this his way of just quickly tying up this whole thread by, instead of this being some long adventure they potentially would go on?
Spark just gets shot instead.
Yeah, this just cuts this, because he was working with the dirty cops. Does this just
bam?
There, we fixed that plot thread. There now that plot thread doesn't exist anymore because we just eliminated it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. That's definitely a possibility.
Kind of curious thought.
But still, it was, the way it was done was cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how Catwoman's going to react to that.
Well, do you think the fence is going to tell her? I don't think she is.
True.
I think it's just going to be Spark never shows up anymore. Yeah. I think what's going to happen. Oh, he ditched me or whatever. I think is what's going to come down to. I don't think you're ever actually going to. It would be my guess is how that's going to end up all being.
No. I do hope that she gets to the cop before he gets
turned into a doll.
Dollified.
Yeah.
Because I like him and I like his character and I like the fact that to some degree he's still trying to catch Catwoman, but he's also helping her because
because he realizes that she's doing something good right here.
I love his conversation with Batman too. That I'm still trying to figure out, get in line.
Get in line, yeah. I'm still trying to figure out that lady. Batman's like, yeah, get in line.
That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
I liked it. What'd you think?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this storyline. I like the whole where she is being somewhat protective of the street people who are like her who can't defend themselves. I like the fact they used a character that was introduced right when the New 52 started out with the this person is a associate of
Dollmaker.
Of Dollmaker. She's a dollhouse or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that was
his daughter.
Yeah, that was all interesting. The whole idea of having this entire place that's basically a museum to perfect life, and she takes these bodies, sells the organs, and then takes the bodies and makes these perfect picturesque scenes is just creepy. Yeah. And really cool. No, I'm enjoying Judd Wittick's Catwoman. I think it's a fun run. I think these have been great stories and whatnot, and quite enjoyable. I'm sorry to see Judd Wittick go off of it. I'm curious to see what Anna said he can do with the book.
I'm gonna hope that it's not like Green Arrow.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out how much of Green Arrow is the mess that it is because of the mess Green Arrow is, and how much of it is the writer can't figure out how to fix it and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see what comes forward. I don't know that I'm looking forward to the Zero issue that's coming up, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's ongoing with it. Yeah. But I would give this a very strong 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Hey, what are we talking about next?
Next up we have DC Universe Presents Kid Flash.
Skip this issue. If you're buying these and don't have them on your pull, don't bother.
Yeah. We're just doomed, I guess, to have intervening stories of horrendous and then really good. I mean, because Dead Man was pretty awesome. And then it was followed by what?
The Challenges of the Unknown.
Yeah.
And the Dan Didio.
And then...
Yes, yeah.
And then we got Savage.
Which was really
interesting.
Uh-huh. And then we get this. Thankfully, it's just one issue. Yeah. Of course, it's Kid Flash. We weren't enjoying
Teen Titans
as it was. It's written by a different writer, but it's still kind of, it all plays to hey, go check this out in this Teen Titans. And I know it was supposed to be a fun issue. I didn't think it was fun. I just thought it was dumb.
Yep. I agree. I have nothing else to say about it. I give it a 1.
Yeah, I give it a 1 also. And that's...
On to a not much better...
We're done.
Oh.
We're done, because we're going to cut this in half, otherwise the video is going to be a million miles long. we're just gonna shut the camera off, turn it basically right back on, and we'll talk about the second half so you can watch it in 2 pieces instead of just one big giant thing. See you in just a few moments.